to the club.
I got my hat today.
That's it, right? Hey, welcome, welcome. Champagne life, you love it? Welcome to Champagne and Conversations, Mr. Benson. How are you? Cheers to you, sir.
Cheers to you, Miss Jones. I'm fabulous. How are you?
I'm well, maintaining. That's what we say nowadays, right? We're just maintaining.
That's what we have to do, right?
Yes, yes. I'm loving your backdrop. I am like, oh my gosh, I'm having moments that Hollywood, I got to do
Hollywood. Yeah, I love this. I grabbed this off the side of the road. It was like at a junk store years ago. I used to have it outside, and then lately I brought it inside, and I
it.
just
I
love it.
like it.
Yeah.
Awesome. It sets
Reminds
the
me of,
tone.
yep, it reminds me of why I moved here, why I'm here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you're from where?
I'm from Kentucky originally.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
from
Oh,
I always say from the hood to Hollywood.
I, I like it. I like it. Well, how are you? Welcome to Champagne and Conversations. I am so excited to be able to spend some time with you talking about this glow. I know all of these young ladies and even gentlemen that have to sit in front of what we're doing right now, Zoom, Zoom, Zoom all the time. And you try to get creative a bit. You have to hurry sometimes because of
Mhm.
time. And you're like, what do I do? So I definitely am so excited and appreciate you carving out some time to be able to share some of the basic makeup tips, maybe even not basic, some of the real big tips from all of the amazing shows that you have been a part of, the real ballers, which is my favorite. We actually have your promo to ballers. So I do want to touch on the men and their regimen as well. And then you have talked about even before when you were on the show, Joan Rivers and her sassiness and all of the things that you had to do to keep her glowing. So we are so excited to have you here. And thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It's
Now, you were sharing with me that you have now recently done a quarantine workout, which has resulted in you losing.
well, I did. I recently lost 20 between 20 and 25 pounds.
Amazing. Congratulations.
Thank
Cheers.
you. When quarantine started, yeah, we drink to that, right?
Mhm.
But
Absolutely.
when quarantine started, I just started eating everything that I would normally eat, but just eating more of it and more of it. I just started like just packing on the pounds. And then a friend of mine was I posted on social media. I was like, oh, what am I gonna do? I just keep eating, y'all. By the time this is over, and my friend she DM'd me. She's like, hey, you want to try this eating thing that I've been doing? I was like, absolutely. She turned me on to it's called 30 Days to Healthy Living,
Okay.
and it's 30 Days of Healthy Living, and you just change the way you eat, and
Sure.
you just you do clean eating, right? So she just told me eat this, not that. And with eating in the house and not dining out, it was so easy to make that change.
Yeah.
Then I started just doing it. I got into it. I was feeling better. My skin was glowing. And so I was like, yo, this is it. And I've stuck with it. And it just the first month, 30 days, it helps reset your gut.
Yes.
So I was losing then like maybe 15 pounds, but I just changed my way of eating, and it just keeps going. I'm not even trying to lose weight now. So I think
Set the regimen.
I'm gonna have to start exercising now, add some muscle.
That's funny you say that because the other day I was thinking I keep the arm weights next to me for the purpose of if I'm on a meeting, then I can just do them. I
Yeah,
was like, why has it been sitting there? I need to use it. So I pulled it out finally
yeah,
yesterday to start again for the definition to come back. So
yeah,
I get it. And oddly enough, they say 20 days to form a habit. So once you have now done a 30-day diet plan in
yeah.
whatever facet, like you say, just kind of taking out a few things and adding in a few
Hmm.
um, Yeah, it definitely will help because with some of the sipping that we do, which is
Uh,
usually my excuse, as well as the time in which we're eating, and then like you say, we haven't had to go out and eat as much.
mhm.
Cooking, as we know, is always better, especially because we can control what's going in there.
You know
Hmm.
what's going into the food exactly.
That's that's
And it was so easy to do. It was just a 30 days to healthy living, and it's by Arbonne. I became a rep now because I'm like, hey, I can just like tell other people about it.
good for
Um,
you.
and it's been so good for me. I have friends that gone on it. It's been good for them, and it's just a reset. It's a
And what
reset.
is it called again?
30 days to healthy living. It's by
Okay,
Arbonne. It's by Arbonne.
okay,
Arbonne's like
okay.
a company that has natural. They have natural makeups, natural products. So it kind of fell in line with everything that I was kind of doing anyway. So I'm just now getting into their makeup and their skincare, but I started off with their eating.
Oh,
Uh,
nice. Okay, so they have an entire
I have a
lifestyle.
whole lifestyle thing, and all I was trying to do was lose weight, and then
Look at
but now
that.
now they have this whole thing. So yeah, it's
That's awesome. So now does it allow for meat? Does it allow for seafood, pasta? What is
yeah,
that?
meat, seafood. You can eat whatever you want except for like dairy. You don't do any dairy for your dinner. No cheeses, no gluten, and those are big, holders of things. Gluten and dairy. You hear that all the time, but
Yeah.
until you cut it out, you don't realize how much it is like making you hold on to weight.
Now,
Uh,
did you say you can cut it in dinner or you have to cut it all together?
you cut it all together for 30 days.
Oh, I will die.
No, you don't. Not for 30 days.
The dairy
Anything
part.
for 30 days. I didn't even miss the dairy. I was doing pizza every day. I didn't even miss the dairy. You just supplement it with other milks, like other nut milks. And it was really after the 30 days, you can introduce it back into your diet. And that was
Okay.
in my mind, it's like, oh, I can't do it. But after 30 days, you can introduce it back. But what's gonna happen is when you introduce it back and you feel that way you used to feel, you're gonna be like, oh,
Okay.
I don't like this. I don't like
Yes.
this. Getting
Yes.
the heartburn feeling that you get, like I get
The
sometimes.
slow, the
Yeah,
sleepy.
the
Hmm.
sleepy. I did yesterday. My daughter, my daughter had she had saw a Wiener Schnitzel commercial, and she had been just dying to get to do the whatever the dog was that they had in the winter schnitzel commercial. So she reached one of her goals, and I told her if she reached her goal, we would go. So we went. We got a hot dog and a milkshake and all that stuff. I came home yesterday. I slept from 5 o'clock till 9 o'clock in the afternoon, just like
From the milkshake that you haven't had.
I don't know what it was or what it was. Just like it had me knocked out, and it was just the food. It was just the food.
Just the food. So obviously, we know that the takeaway from that is what we actually internalize is going to reflect on what we have externally. I had Dr. Mack on Tuesday, and she too was speaking of, consumption. The things that you put in your body are so much more important to be able to weigh into what comes out, to add that glow.
Absolutely.
So obviously, maintaining a diet.
Right. And before I started that 30 days of healthy living too, my skin was showing, the signs. I had like dry eyebrows, dryness here in the beards, things that the guys get. None of that. After that 30 days, none of that. It was just gone. It was gone actually like with the first 2 weeks.
Okay.
All that drying and scaling that I was having in my skin.
So now speaking of the gentleman, because I know they would say we always have information about what females should do and not enough about what males do. So gentlemen, I am now going to get that information for you. You speak of the beard and other places in the face that may be dry. What do you use or what do you suggest in terms of, just kind of facial washes, moisturizers? Do you even encourage moisturizers because of beards? What is your take on that?
Absolutely, you got to keep your beards moisturized. Like I like to use now after I cleared it up internally, because before I was just throwing stuff on it and it would just fight back, and that's just from I think for me personally, I think it was the yeast that I was consuming and the gluten that was coming out of my skin.
Interesting.
Um, because I used to get it on my dry patches on my scalp. I don't get
Okay.
none of that anymore. Um, so, but I think in the beard, to answer that question, you should use a beard oil. I like this beard oil. It's a hemp seed oil that I'm about to show you. It's right here,
Okay.
and this is by this is I can't even say her name, Moonette Naturals, and she is just the mom. She makes this in her kitchen, probably, I think. And I met her on Facebook. We were uh, we were both getting somebody together on Black Lives Matter.
Okay.
And then I noticed she was like, "Oh, I'm glad you told me that because I was about to tell her this, tell this." So we bonded over that. I didn't know who she was, but then I looked at her site and we friended each other. And she made all natural skincare to take care of her son's eczema
Okay.
and her son's skin. So she came up with this, and so she sent me a bunch of stuff, and now I like it is. I live by it. I mean,
And
I
you
look.
cut out a little bit. Tell me what that is again. The hemp
Uh,
oil.
oh yeah, it's hemp seed oil infused face serum, and it's
Fake serum.
what is she called? It's I don't even know what's in it, but
Well, we hear the hemp part.
oh yeah, hemp. Okay, tea tree oil. It's got chamomile in it and some other kind of flowers. It's got real flowers in it.
Okay. Hemp oil. That's nice. And it's a
Yeah,
serum. So you're
yeah.
using this in the day or the night?
Well, not nature. Nature. I put it in my beard at night
Okay.
through here, and it helps keeps it. You don't get that dry flakiness because sometimes you can scratch your beard and stuff. You know, if you wear a white shirt, stuff falls out. But it helps keep the beard, moisturized. And then I even put a little dab of it sometimes in my moisturizer, just to move it along the face to keep the
So
skin.
when you wash your face, do you just do warm water or do you actually use something, soap or some sort of facial wash?
I use a facial wash.
Okay.
The facial wash.
And the moisturizer. And then the hemp oil you do at night.
hmm Yep.
Okay.
I
Now,
think
what about if you use the vegan, the Bijan, not vegan, Bijan? So they got to keep it all nice and tight and keep the gray out and all of
I
that.
mean, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of like dyeing the beard. If it makes you feel more confident and it gives it to you, I mean, use it. The oils might make the color strip faster, possibly.
Okay.
If you're using this
The
oil,
Bijan.
yeah, it could make it, the color strip faster. But I'm a makeup artist, so I have low key. I have mascara in my closet,
For your touch-ups.
and I just do my. I did it just.
Mascara.
I did
You
it
hear
today.
that, fellas?
I did it today right here.
Oh, I love it.
Get it in. Get your
Quick
mascara.
tip.
Get your wife's mascara. Get your girl's mascara. Whatever. Get your mascara and just boom. Be
That's
done with
right.
it. That's a quick touch up. Get waterproof. Get waterproof though, so don't.
I'm running down your face. I love that. Thank you so much for that. Hopefully, the gentlemen appreciated the quick tips. We always talk about the ladies and we don't include the men. So, there you are. So, with that being said, as we're talking about mascaras, as I said to you before we started, I started with all these questions in my head, and I know that we have a little bit of time, but I'm gonna try to get them all in. As it relates to when you are applying makeup, ladies and gentlemen, Cool Benson, makeup artist extraordinaire, has done some of the amazing sets as the real ballers, as we know now, as he's groomed a lot of the men and Dancing with the Stars. I could just go on and on and on. So, with that being said, what do you start with? Do you start with the foundations or do you start with the eyes, like with concealers?
when when I'm grooming men or when I'm doing
Females.
a female.
Hmm.
What a female, if I'm doing a dramatic eye, I will always start with the eye
Okay.
because you're going to get fallout. You're going to get stuff that drops down on the face. You're going to have to clean it up and then do the foundation. You're going to have to clean it up anyway. So I usually start with the eye if I'm gonna do a dramatic eye. If I'm not gonna do a dramatic eye, I might start with the foundation depending on how much time I have. If I'm gonna try and do something really quick, I start with the foundation though, because
Okay.
once you get the face done, then you gotta have the face done first. So
So with our days as we're on Zooms and obviously we're not getting a lot of the sun, are you suggesting still as something with an SPF as a moisturizer foundation, just as a basic kind of cover? Or do you say still go full coverage even though we're just on Zoom? What are your take? What is your suggestion on that?
well, I suggest everyone just get some sun. Get out, go for a walk, go sit out on your front porch, watch the cars go drive, watch the cars drive by. You want to get some sun. SPF in the foundation, everyone's going to tell you it's important for skincare. But I feel like you should get SPF from your skincare, not really your makeup. To me,
Okay.
like the makeup, when it's in your makeup, it kind of it messes up with the color and all that stuff. So if you want the SPF protection, get it in your moisturizers. Um, do it in your skincare, and then of course you want to go out and get sun, because sometimes you're putting all the SPFs on, and you're blocking your skin from actually getting that health that you need from the sun. You need that vitamin D. We need that vitamin K. So you gotta soak that in. You know
Yes.
what I'm saying?
So it's funny that you say that because, now everything is so dewy, everything is so glowy. Of course, we love that word glow. But remember the days when everything had to be matte and they had the little blot pads and the little papers and everything was like a finish. What did, I can't even say what happened with that. Do you think that's kind of faded out? Is it still something that people prefer, or everyone wants to have the dewy look now?
Well, what's funny is that like it kind of switched. You remember when everybody wanted like you just said, the matte faces, everything was powdered down and like no movement, no dewy. But then what did we have? We had the glossy lips, right? Then everybody had like the glossy eating chicken lips. That's what I call it. But now what are we having? We having like everyone wants to be dewy. But then what do
The
they want?
matte lip, which is what I have, the matte lip. Yes.
Then everybody's wearing a matte lip. So it's like, anyway. So I was like, oh, so we just switched the skin for the lip.
So that's probably one runway trend is what we're looking at
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
that's a trend. But I'm always for the fresh skin look. Like we always said. I remember when I was day playing on Dancing with the Stars. That's kind of where we were really back in the like 2011, 12, when my friend Melanie, who I'll talk about later, she started doing the glow. Everything was glow, but there was a fine line between dewy then and greasy, because on TV they would start telling you, oh, you need to pat them down, you need to pat them down, because they didn't want no shine. But we're like, no, 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 we want that shine, like, because that's where we're going. So we had to educate the producers and whatnot about, no, that shine right there, we want that shine.
Supposed to happen.
That's
Yes.
supposed to happen.
Yes.
They kept, they would call you in to kind of like tone it down, and you had to be like, no, we good.
And I love J Lo for that because I every time I talk about the glow, I think
Yes.
about her being one of the first to
I-
have that dewiness. And I mean, of course, there's others that have done it, Kim K, so on and so forth. But yes, I definitely give J Lo that glow because she
Absolutely.
rocking it. So when you're talking about the young lady that actually began with the glow and you kind of stepped in and decided to implement in your makeup applications as well. Talk about that. Let's talk about what you do in terms of foundations and how do you create the glow?
One of the things that I use to create a glow is this right here. Is called Gleam Body Radiance. Have you heard of it?
It's actually gleaming on the picture.
Is
No,
it?
I have not. Gleam Body Radiance. Okay.
Okay, it's face and body,
Okay.
and it is so good. You can just put a little bit in your foundation. This color right here is opulence or
Okay.
opalescence. Opalescence, yeah,
Okay.
opalescence. And I love this color because you can put just a dab of it. If you see it like that, I don't know if you,
Okay. Uh-huh.
but it will give you that, like, when you just turn, it looks like the light just hitting you just right when you
Yeah.
don't even really have any light.
Yeah. It just give you the shine.
It gives you that gleam, that's why she calls it gleam. But it's really, I'm tempted to put some on my face.
Is that her product?
It's her product, yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. And what we're gonna do is after we finish, we'll do a little photo shoot and I'll put them all up so everyone can
I
see.
don't know why I put it on my face, but I just
Yeah, we can see the high glow, the cheekbone glow.
yeah.
Yes.
But I like it though because it's like a lotion. It's a body makeup, literally. It's a body makeup because it can hide skin imperfections and everything like that. It's a body makeup that also has a glow to it. So you can add it to foundations and use it all over your face. You can add it just strategically to the cheekbones, to the nose, to the eyebrow, wherever you want that little shine to be.
And
Uh,
usually it's the T-zone.
Typically, well, it depends. Before we didn't want shiny noses. Everybody wanted a matte nose. Gotta get my nose. Don't let my nose be greasy.
Beat my nose.
Out and out. But now everybody wants that little glow on the bridge. So you can just
Yes.
add it right there on that bridge. Boom. Right there. I wouldn't put it like here, like through here. I would put it out here
Yes.
on the
Keep.
outers. I would
So
keep.
as we see, it's a lot of contouring going on. And I noticed that, I mean, obviously from doing makeup, we know that we can strategically place things where we need to. But from a makeup perspective, you're using brushes or are you using your fingertips?
I don't use my fingertips on any of my clients.
Okay, yes.
There are artists that do. I prefer not to. I prefer using brushes. Let me see. I have a brush here that I like to use for
Contouring. And actually for me, because I'm so sensitive, my dermatologist suggested that I apply everything with my fingers. So
if
I've
you
learned that for me.
right as a person, yes.
Yes.
I just put that on my face, yeah. Like,
Yes.
and you ladies at home or gentlemen at home, if you guys want to use your fingers, be my guest. And some artists do, because you can pat it in and all that stuff.
But
There's
you're not supposed to.
somebody you're comfortable with. But I mean, especially now in the day of the pandemic, like,
Right. Hygiene is everything.
I really want to
Use
watch.
your brushes.
Yeah, I use my brushes, but I usually like little, like, brushes that have a mix of synthetic mixed with the natural fibers, and then I always use like little buffing, little circles to kind of buff it in there. So that's kind of what I do when I'm highlighting.
What do you clean your brushes with?
I clean my brushes with brush cleaner. I like Cinema Secrets brush cleaner.
Okay.
It cleans everything, and then they smell like vanilla.
And you just put it on the napkin and then rub your brush around in there. You don't submerge the brush, right?
I submerged if I submerged the brush.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I submerge the brush, and then I move it around on a napkin,
Okay.
and I do the whole thing.
Giving you all
If,
some
if,
extra
it,
pointers. You got to keep it clean so you don't spread the oils.
if it's a big powder brush like this kind of brush,
Yes.
so typically I would just not submerge the whole thing,
Okay.
just like half of it, and then rub it around. But
Okay.
if there's smaller, not smaller bristles or shadow brushes, I usually just I would just, excuse me, ooh, the champagne. Just dip the whole thing. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Yeah.
So with our highlighters, you're using just the Radiant Body Glow. Is it anything else that you like to apply as an alternative if you don't have that? What about the powder ones? Because that's actually the kinds that I use.
Well, the Gleam Body Radiance also makes powders that
Okay.
go on top of it. They're so good. I mean, they're so good. If you haven't tried them, try them. Um,
Clean
but
body radiance. I'm gonna get that.
yeah, they're just so good.
Okay.
They do everything that you need, and you can play with them. You can layer. If you want more, go for more. If you want less, you go for less. You know what I mean? I like it.
Yes,
Um,
so your glow with the clients that you have. I mean, obviously you're working on an amazing show, or at least you were. I'm not certain if you all are still taping or not, but you have several probably that enjoy the glow. So what are they saying to you? Do they ask for it, or you just automatically know this one likes to be more dewy than the other? How does that work for you?
well, typically, well, I haven't been on the reel for a few seasons,
Okay,
but typically I was the head makeup there, and I would get all the guest celebrities, all the guest stars.
okay,
So I had to really be versatile and ready for whatever whoever sat in my chair. Either I would do research on them to see what they were wearing or what their looks were lately to get a feel of who they were if I didn't know who they were. And then we talk about it. I'll always talk about it with the client because you never you never know. Maybe they want to do something different that day. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? So you want to be able to hook them up. So you got communication is number one. Communication is key. So a lot of times if you don't communicate, you're gonna look at them and you're gonna do what you want to do with them, and they're gonna be like, I don't look like.
like it. I remember the days of working in the cosmetic world, as we talked about from the retail perspective. And, they had one idea, they would do our lookbook for the day, and we would have to follow whatever that was. And then, kind of duplicate that all day. And I used to say all the time, not everyone wants to look like a butterfly all
Right.
day. Sometimes people would prefer to look a little more, kind of nude, kind of just conservative, not even a lipstick on. They would just put a
Right.
little hint of pink and that would be it. So it was just very interesting to talk to them about, like, I know you're pushing colors and you understand that is, but people sometimes just want to keep it, real easy. And I
Yeah.
guess some people may not want to really glow as it relates to the dewy look. They might just want
Yeah.
a little
Some,
bit of rosy cheek and they consider that the glow.
Yep. Some people don't want to go. I don't want all that on my face. I don't want that contour. So you got to be strategic in what you do. That's why I like using things that are versatile, that you can layer or not layer. I mean, even just like I brought out the Hyperreal by Mac. That's something that everybody can get, uh, which is this.
Okay. And what's it? Oh, the real glow. What is in there? Just different colors?
It's different colors. One of them mine broke out. These are good for dark skin tones. Hold on, let me wipe this off so I can see. I dropped it a minute ago.
Oh no. As
Yeah.
long as it didn't
No,
fly everywhere.
it broke. One of them
The
broke
little
out.
pieces came out.
Yeah, but we got
Okay.
it got three colors. They're pressed. These are highly pigmented. No, they're really highly pigmented. So you got to be careful because what happens when you overuse these, you start looking like you're sweating. you you seeing that where she got on so much
Midday show.
so much bronzer or so much of that, you just start looking like you're wet, like you're sweating.
Are you using dab pads? Is that what you're using to kind of absorb some of the oils after you put on the contour? Is that what you have there, the wipes?
Oh no, but this is just a white. This is a wet one.
Okay.
I'm just
But
cleaning up the palette where I
okay.
dropped. Um, yeah, I mean, we still use the paper, the oil papers, to absorb the shine, but not dry out the skin.
Okay.
A lot of my male clients, we use it on a lot of males, a lot of guys, because you want them to still have that skin glow. You don't want to mat them down, especially men of color. You don't mat them down because then it just looks flat.
Yes.
You want to, so we still use the papers, just absorb the oil so their natural skin can still show through on camera, and they don't look all made up.
So what would you say as a basic just Zoom meeting application? You have 15 minutes and you want to just make certain that you're even. How would you suggest just applying the foundation, your radiant glow? What would you lay out in terms of a quick application?
I would, as far as a quick application for female, I would just I would mix my foundation, my glow, and a moisturizer, and I would just get up in there, get up in there all together. I would grab my eyeliner, my mascara, boop 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 boop, and then afterward I would put my highlighter on if I wanted to be highlight, and then I would powder and put a lip on and be like, yes, what's up?
And that takes 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
I would probably, I mean, if you got it all together, it could probably take you, I would say 10.
Okay. That's experience because
And-
when
and-
you start adding, that's when it gets a little difficult.
Well, I just feel like you just need eyeliner, you just need mascara. Maybe depending on what, maybe just mascara. Just a light eyeliner. And then really you want to just get color into your face so that you look like you tried.
Even color in your
Like
face.
that you didn't just roll out of bed for the
Yeah.
Zoom, like, oh, hey, how y'all doing? Yeah.
Which I think at the very beginning, that's what was happening. Everyone was just like so confused and just like, what, we're just gonna log on and do the best that we can.
Yeah.
And I think that over time it was kind of like, I think I want to look a little different. I don't want to just look like that when I sign on. So I really think that it's important to understand something quick that you can do because not everyone is into the makeup application part, and just something to contrast. So now in keeping with that, what do you say about lighting in terms of color lighting, the overhead soft white light, amber light? What would you suggest for that?
Well, you usually want to avoid these kind of lights. I like it because the Hollywood effect. But for a Zoom meeting, you wouldn't want like your
Overhead.
what are these lights called? Cup lighting, the recessed lighting. Oh, no, you wouldn't really want the recessed lighting because the light comes down on you and
Okay.
creates these kind of effects. You want your light source to come from the front of you. So if you have a window and your computer's in front of it and the light's gonna hit you this way, that's good. You don't ever want the light coming from you behind you because it's gonna blind the people in front of you and it's gonna look weird behind you. So you always want the light source to be coming behind the computer camera. I have a light that's called a Glamcore light. It's a makeup professional makeup user's light, but you can get it online around 100 something bucks. But I like it because it's malleable, and you can move the light around. A lot of people like the ring light, but it's not as versatile. And if you look at it in photos, you can always tell when someone has a ring light because they have little circles, circles in their eyes.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. Not the ring light, ladies and gentlemen. Get
Yeah.
the glow. You said it's called the glam lights.
It's called Glamcore.
Okay, glam core. Okay.
The arms can move. You can get a ring light effect if you want, but you can also have it over here. You can also have it over here. You can move the light, and the light, you can make it warmer or darker. But I think you can do that on the ring light as well.
Yeah, I'm not certain as it relates to lighting. I just have people to set that up. So as we get into more of it, it's more like, okay, you want more soft light sometimes, depending on the time. Like today, there is no sunshine behind, or as you say, in front of where we are, or coming through the window. Let me just say that. So there's no sunshine today, so we don't have that contrast. Like some days where you do have a good, nice, natural light that you can blend with your soft lights and still get kind of that amber effect.
Yeah. Or you can just sit a lamp, take a lamp in front of your, behind your computer screen with the lampshade off and get that light coming at you, see how that looks. Um, but as long as it's behind, I had a lighting friend of mine tell me that as long as it's behind the camera, it's better.
Gives you what you need in terms of the glow. So I
I know that for
definitely,
guys, for wardrobe, you can just have like your Zoom shirt. Just have your Zoom shirt out or your Zoom jacket, whatever you're gonna wear, your Zoom hat. You don't need to wear no shoes unless you're gonna get up.
oh, we've heard about the nothing from the shirt down.
No
Yeah,
shirt.
I, I don't know. I didn't say that part. But now when you speak of jacket, shirt, hat, colors that are befitting to your Zoom meetings, what do you say yes to, no to?
I don't know that. That would be like more of a wardrobe question. I mean, you see, I'm wearing black. I think just colors that you feel comfortable in, that's complement your skin tone. Um, Warm colors, jewel tones, are probably always good. You probably wouldn't want to go really bright if
Right.
you're in a professional setting. Not like Nickelodeon colors. That's what I would say.
Even though we love them, they keep the spirit high.
Right, that comes to mind to me. Nickelodeon colors. Having a daughter that's in the industry, I'm always putting Nickelodeon colors on her.
Nickelodeon colors. So yes, I mean, obviously we've always heard blacks are better than the white color, especially if you're then
Yeah,
trying to deal
and
with the light.
patterns, and maybe you want to stay away from like a lot of patterns, because they can tend to like be distracting.
Yes, that's definitely the glow. We want to make certain that we are all glowing. And it's amazing because we're 5 months into this now. So now it's more like the professional way to be in a Zoom meeting,
And so,
the
yeah,
professional way to present yourself over the internet. Before it was just kind of like, what are we doing?
it's a thing. We started out in quarantine, and I was teaching my daughter. I was like, we were eating dinner, and I didn't realize how much I never taught her table. This is gonna sound bad, but like she was 9. But you teach them to eat. But I never realized that she was just like, just eating. I'm like, well, okay, now we need to like, we gotta use a fork. We gotta use a spoon. You eating like you
Going anywhere.
look like you've never been taught to eat. So like maybe I haven't taught you to eat. But now we're teaching them how to be on Zoom.
Yes.
Don't put your head down. Don't be chatting with other folks. Don't be snacking. All these Zoom etiquette things that you never would have thought of, like last year.
Absolutely.
Last year, I never would have thought I would teaching my daughter, don't be snacking on Zoom.
Sign of the times, yes. And so has she created her glow? I know she has a lot of Zoom interviews and she's doing meetings and such as well. So does she have a regimen yet?
She does. She has a regimen for her class. She can't be in her pajamas. She has to have a shirt on, and she has to make sure. This is very simple, but make sure you brush your teeth.
Yeah.
Make sure you brush your teeth. And
Hygiene is
the
important.
main thing for her though, she has to tame her baby hairs. Like that's her thing.
Oh, that's easy. She can look at anybody's video at this point and get the edge
Right.
control
But
and
that's
just do her little swoops and get it. Yes.
she's all into the edge control. She'll snatch it back in a little pony or a little bun, but she gets her as long as she gets
Oh,
her,
I love it.
then she cool.
A little deeper. I love that. That's awesome. Teaching her early, even if she's still getting the table manners, she's got the Zoom ready.
She's got her edges together.
Yes, that's amazing.
That's
Thank you so, so much, Cool Benson, for joining us live from Hollywood. He had to just put it into the mix to let us know that's where he is, even if we were questioning that.
good, Hollywood.
Hollywood. Now, are you working on anything currently, or are you just kind of on hiatus right now?
We're gonna be going back into production. Everybody's, figuring out how to do the COVID testing, and all that. But I'm going back into production as Dr. Phil's personal makeup artist for his show coming up. And then I'm going into production on The Masked Singer with Nick Cannon.
Yes, we love that show.
So,
We love that show. Well,
yeah,
that is amazing. Yes. I
yeah,
wish
fingers crossed.
yeah.
Fingers crossed everything goes well.
When
That's
is it?
those are the
You supposed
plans.
to go back.
Monday. We're supposed to.
Oh,
I start production on one show on Monday, and then the masked show starts back. And well, not starts back. I wasn't on it previously. It's a new show for me. Um, it starts like sometime later this month. Yeah.
congratulations. Well, cheers to that, your new ventures. I love it that everyone always has something amazing to say as it relates to coming out of COVID and, being able to enter into a new venture. That's awesome. Congratulations to
Thank you
you.
so much.
And thank you so, so much for joining us and sharing your glow. And I'm going to get with you there hereafter so that I can put up the products for the Glow Radiant in case anyone wants to purchase those.
And the Munat. This
Your
stuff here,
campaign.
I didn't get a chance to share this with you, but this is made by the same girl. This is a body wash.
Okay.
Amazing. It does not dry out your skin. My skin was always so dry. It's got honey and what else is in it? Honey and turmeric and something, some other flowers and all stuff you can pronounce. And
That means natural.
that means natural. It's so good. Yeah.
Okay, great. I'll definitely get all of that to put up for her. And we will try it and maybe we'll do a recap after a month of using it and see how it works out.
Absolutely.
Cool, Benson. Thank you so, so much. Makeup extraordinaire. He's going to go back to work and we'll see some amazing, the Masked Singer, that's going to be awesome. Just fun. I'm certain that will be, I'll like to see pictures, videos or something from that.
Yeah, that sounds fun, right?
Yes.
I'm excited. I'm very excited about that.
Amazing. Congratulations, sir. Thank you so, so much for joining Champagne and Conversations. And we will talk again soon.
Boop, boop.
Whoop. Cheers.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thanks for sharing.